Newt Gingrich was on with Tucker Carlson, who just is very confused. And Tucker Carlson is, it's kind of fascinating to watch because he's clearly the smartest Fox News host, and actually occasionally will do a Mark Blythe segment, which is good. But he also the footsie to outright making out with Nazism and alt-rightism that he does on his platform is just grotesque.
He's the most conscious of it. He's doing it.
And again, because he's intelligent. And he was a guy, I think, didn't Kessler used to write for the Daily Caller? Was it Kessler? Oh, yeah. So Jason Kessler used to write, I believe, for the Daily Caller. Tucker Carlson is very cynical about this stuff. And he has on Newt Gingrich, who, Newt Gingrich is the godfather. I mean, he is an important part of the through line from Reagan to Trump. And they're whining about basically various things, bullshit. And it's going to end with some particularly aggrieved whining about ESPN.
As an American, I don't want a civil war. I don't want this to happen.
Right.
I don't want the country to be this divided. What's a solution to this?
Well, look, I think a very good friend of mine teaches Civil War history at Gettysburg College, and he has made the case that the parallels between Trump's inaugural and Lincoln's inaugural and the reactions to them are amazing. That if you go and you look at how South Carolina slave newspapers responded to Lincoln, and then you look at how the left responded to Trump, they're almost verbatim parallels. And, I wish we could all sing Kumbaya and come together, but I don't think that's going to happen. And I think what's going to happen is the left is going to get crazier and crazier. You just did this piece I told you a while ago. I have to get this in. That I think we really ought to talk about ESPN as the extremely stupid political network.
Yeah.
Because what they do, no matter how Trump goes off the reservation, they find a way to be dumber. I mean, every time you get ready to think, well, the president really shouldn't do X, they come along and do something crazy on the left.
It's almost like they're working for him.
Okay, here's one way we could avoid civil war. Stop doing xenophobic segments about gypsies and stop endlessly fear-mongering and giving platform to right-wing white identity politics. That might help. I don't know if there were verbatim responses to from slave newspapers to Lincoln to the New York Times editorial response to Trump's bizarre inaugural speech.
What was
really
the
doubt
ESPN of Lincoln's time?
That's a good question. And then basically, I guess, a couple of anchors on ESPN acknowledging that we have like a bigoted.
No, what happened? What they're all freaking out about is ESPN admittedly freaked out about they had an Asian commentator named Robert Lee.
Oh, right.
And they're like, maybe let's pull him off this college football game. And okay, that is ridiculous, right? But
wait, why did they pull him off the college football game?
Because they thought after Charlottesville and all the Confederate statue stuff that it would be a distraction or something. I mean,
that is very stupid.
It's corporate paranoid dumbassery.
Not
they
leftism.
Don't know. Yeah, exactly. They're not leftists. ESPN isn't run by leftists, but this is a common narrative that they're playing with. Like ESPN is failing because it's going leftist, not that cable is collapsing.
And basically, leftist is a stand-in for either a dumb decision like that has nothing to do with politics, just corporate neurosis, or like that ESPN has a more diverse lineup now, and sometimes the cultural and economic issues that surround sports get into the conversation, and of course that's grounds for a meltdown.
Hi folks, Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos